Let's Falooda, oh 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 oh. Let's Falooda, oh 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 oh. Let's Falooda, oh 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 oh.
Hi Falooda Friends, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Falooda. So now we are finally back with one of our usual videos. We did a lot of vlogs and cooking videos, and finally we came up with this great idea for a video. Now Tania will explain to you what we are going to talk about in this video. So in this video we are going to talk about how our personality and habits would have changed if we were born in Sri Lanka and raised in Sri Lanka. So we thought this could be a very interesting subject as lifestyles in Italy and in Sri Lanka are very different.
Yes, so we came up actually with a list, let's say, of topics that we could touch and where we hopefully can give some insights for everyone who is watching. So
let's take the first topic that we want to discuss is the fact about personality and personal style, in particular style, because we know that this topic is one of the obvious point where your style is different here in Italy and in Sri Lanka, and when people also come to Italy, their style, their fashion ideas are changed as they live here.
And of course, this is not something that applies only to us as we were born here, so we have a certain type of style, but also to people who come at the age of 12, 20 or 34.
Yes, in Sri Lanka, people, for example, when they go to school, they have a uniform from the first grade to, I don't know, up to high school.
Yes.
While here in Italy you wear a grembiule, which is a kind of uniform, just until primary school.
Yes,
right?
Primary school, yes.
So in high school you wear what you want. Of course, you have to respect the school rules.
Of course, and you cannot wear really anything, but I think you have a lot more freedom.
So this is not just for the clothing stuff, but also hairstyle or the fact of coloring your hair, because in Sri Lanka you all know that you can't style your hair in a certain way or color your hair as you want, because girls have to go with braids, while boys have to have short hair.
Yeah, because this is simply their school policies, and they have always been educated to behave in this way. While in Italy the situation is completely different. Already at the age of 11, 12, you can put makeup or style your hair or color your hair, so that is something that we kind of observe from our eyes, especially coming back to Sri Lanka during the summer.
So for this reason we think that if we were born in Sri Lanka and we went to school in Sri Lanka, of course our style and our clothing habit would be very different from now.
Yeah, another thing I would like to say is that for people our age, like we, actually I don't know if it is only our experience, but we have never wore a sari yet. It's something that we look forward to, but at the same time here in Italy we did not really have the occasion to. But if we were born and raised in Sri Lanka, I think that a sari would be I don't know,
a must for
yes.
Sri Lankan school events
or working events. I know that many people in Sri Lanka, especially certain professions, require you to wear saris, so that is something that would be completely different for us.
Another point we want to discuss with you about our personal style is our first approach to makeup and those stuff, because I think that if we were raised in Sri Lanka, so we went to school there, our first approach to makeup would have been around, I don't know,
at the age of 19, 20, after the A-levels, because I think it's after A-levels that you can actually wear makeup.
Actually, yeah, maybe. While here in Italy, you start to put your first eyeliner or mascara at the age of, I don't know, 15.
Yes.
So
Even early actually. I mean,
Yes.
Already in middle school, girls wear a lot of like makeup.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just about eyeliner or mascara, it's about foundation, a lot of, yeah, they care a lot about their external appearance. So I remember when I was in middle school, I started putting makeup, and I remember to have this little pencil eyeliner that I put always when I go to school, even if I was so little. While in Sri Lanka, you can't wear, is forbidden by the education system or by the school rules. So yeah, I think that girls in Sri Lanka put makeups just, I don't know, to go to parties, to, I don't know,
Yeah, like
festivities,
yes, weddings and like special occasions. I think that an important thing is that here the social pressure also makes you want to put makeup at the
That's true.
at that age, because if you, I mean, I think also that is a difference. In Sri Lanka, you don't feel the pressure, because if all
You
the
don't
other girls,
see the other girls.
yeah, all the other girls are not putting makeup, so you don't feel the necessity
The need,
to do
yes,
that.
the need.
So, personal style or style in general is one thing, but personality is another, and I think that it is also another trait of our being that would have changed from Sri Lanka to Italy. I mean, of course, certain traits, like certain personality traits, would be the same because we are the same person. But for instance, we would like to talk about the fact that here in Italy we represent a social and cultural minority. So we are used to be in class where maybe we were the only dark colored girls, and that is a very like something that struck me as a child, because you saw all the other classmates who were like white skin or Italian, and you were the only dark skinned girl, and so I think we had to like develop a sort of cultural conscience way before Sri Lankan kids, where they are in class, where all their classmates are
All Sri Lankan.
Yeah, all Sri Lankan, and they have maybe, of course, they might have Muslim or Tamil classmates, but in the end, the ethnicity is Sri Lankan. So I guess that they did not have to deal with the cultural, let's say, pressure that we had to deal with, and as a consequence, I believe that our self-esteem has kind of been subjected to this events, to how we were behaving towards our classmates.
Yeah, so of course all these events would have changed our personality, and thinking about how something like that of being born and raised in another country could have changed your personality is something very shocking.
Yes, really shocking, really shocking. Like, imagine if we were in a class where all our, like, we were the same as the other. I think we would be a lot more confident about ourselves.
For sure.
Yes, here for us it was very difficult at the beginning.
Yes, because it's not just about dark skin, it's about how you behave, your personality, how you approach the other people, your teachers, and so on. So yeah.
So that is something that maybe our parents do not think about. Like, of course, like having financial stability is not the only thing that counts. But I guess that when our parents moved here to Italy, that was the most important thing. So I don't think that they actually thought about this kind of consequence on us.
Yeah.
But we grew up just fine, as you can see.
Yeah. Another topic we thought about is the community. Here in Italy we don't really have a Sri Lankan community. We have, if we think about our friends group, it's a mix of Italian and foreign people. While in Sri Lanka, I think if we were born in Sri Lanka and we went to school in Sri Lanka, I think we would have built our group of friends, and we would have participate more in community events. So I don't know about church groups, clubs and so on, or evening school events, I don't know, and that would have helped us to be part of the community. While here in Italy there isn't something like that, such things, and actually you don't have your relatives or your I don't know, someone you can ask for help.
Yeah, sort of safety net that you, a social safety net that you would have if you were living in Sri Lanka. We know that Sri Lanka has, as Tania said, like the religious community is a strong community that can help you. Your neighborhood community is another community that can help you. Here, of course, we have in some way sorts of community, but more than for us, I think for our parents it's a little bit of a backlash of living here in Italy, because I guess that they really miss the Sri Lankan kind of community here.
Yes.
And of course, as a consequence, we miss it too.
So we also want to talk about our educational path, our educational journey, as education is also a crucial point of our lives. In particular, we know that education systems here in Italy and in Sri Lanka are very different, and personally I think that the Sri Lankan education system, which is a very difficult one to go on, I think I would have left school very early, because I know that giving exams in Sri Lanka is very hard, but simpler, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that here in Italy the school system encourages you to keep on studying, keep on not to stop even after university. There is a whole system of scholarship that help families with financial difficulties to still keep their children in school, and that is of course a big encouragement.
Of course, the society or in general schools don't pressure the students with studies and exams as in Sri Lanka. Of course, we don't know how the actual situation is as we went to school here in Italy.
And another thing that is I don't know, maybe particular to our personal case is that we have parents who maybe have struggled at the beginning, especially financially, so we felt the pressure of doing really well at school,
yes.
of making that step forward financially and also culturally here, while maybe if our parents were working and living in Sri Lanka, we did not probably felt it that much. And finally, we want to conclude with the most important point, according to us. As always, we are going back to food. So food choices and how we eat. Now, living in Italy and having Sri Lankan parents makes us bicultural eaters as well.
Yes.
So we eat mainly and mostly Italian stuff, but of course also
we love Sri
Sri
Lankan
Lankan food, of course. But if we were raised and born in Sri Lanka, I guess first of all we would have been having a lot of rice.
Yes, for sure. Actually, I hate rice here in Italy, but I think my personal taste about rice would have completely changed if I was born and raised in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, and also by now you must know that we have problem with spiciness. We always say that we cannot eat spicy food, but if we were born and raised in Sri Lanka, I think we would have loved eating
spicy food,
like
yes, for sure.
like it would be such a usual and common thing to have in your rice plates and etc. And of course, if we were born and raised in Sri Lanka, being girls, it would have made us especially good
In cooking,
chefs, like Sri Lankan chefs. I mean, because of course it is something that you learn, even if you want or if you don't want to, you would just learn. And I guess we would be so much great in terms of our cooking skills. We would be able to make a lot of Sri Lankan dishes, like even elaborate things. Like here in Italy, our mom does all the Sri Lankan cooking like stuff.
Yes.
Of course we do cook, and you know it, like we love to make like cakes and stuff, and we try things.
yes, but we
But,
don't know how to cook. I don't know
Sri Lankan.
exact, proper Sri Lankan meals.
Yeah. If our mom cooks, she does all the cooking. It's not like at the very least we are just
Helping
her,
her.
yeah, like cutting her stuff. But she's the one who puts all the spices and things. Like I
And
actually
know how
yeah,
the taste should be.
be like. Yeah, that is another thing.
That's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching till the end.
And as always, we ask you to follow us on Instagram and on our Facebook page. And see you next time.
Bye, Falooda Friends!